Hello, human-shaped friends. Today's painting is around, you guessed it, another omen. Ghost lights, swamp gas, willow of the wisps, wisps in general. They crop up in very humid, swampy areas as balls of light. And some believe that they will lead you to a fated place. Not fated with a D, fated with a T. I personally enjoy the thought that they lead you to where you will die. Not in that moment, but one day. I think there's something comforting about that, but I am also a depresso espresso, so it is difficult to not find comfort in such information. I don't know if I've ever actually been to a classic swamp. I've seen many images and pictures, which I know feels the same as images, but in my brain, they're not. Couldn't tell you why. Swamps always have that misty sensation, which makes sense since they are very humid. It also makes sense why they're fairly foggy. Again, that darned humidity. Sometimes I am a little saddened by science taking some of the mystery and magic out of life. But I also follow the thought that magic is just science we don't understand yet. Science is still a field that is evolving and learning and growing, and while they might have explained the mystery behind ghost lights, I would still love to see them one day. Not so they can lead me to a fated destination, but just because I would love to see them. I do enjoy the omens that leave a lot up to interpretation. Again, that's what divination was for, to help interpret the omens that the gods would send in some cultures. That being said, let's talk about my painting. Obviously, you're watching me do the painting, but it was quite a struggle. Again, I know lighting isn't a problem. I'm working on it, but getting the right browns in the trees, enjoying the atmospheric fog, amplifying atmospheric perspective on a much faster pace than normal. Playing with those wisps in the background, the dead leaves, dead branches, white mold, I don't know. Again, never been to a swamp. Could only look at a whole lot of images and think, ooh, that's pretty. I want to put that in my painting. And I will say a big and hearty thank you to technology. Once I'd gotten the swamp to a place that I thought was beautiful and complete and full and an image in and of itself, I then had to figure out where I was going to be putting my balls of light, which was not fun. Was very anxiety inducing, and luckily the ability to take a photo and mess about in digital platforms to figure out the best size and location for each of my ghost lights was a blessing. I honestly don't know how much longer it would have taken me to actually do the painting without those tools. Adding something to a painting that is technically complete is very hard because you don't want to mess it up. In some way, there is a bit of an undo button, but the residue is still there, and it can be really difficult to get it back to the place that it was at before you dabbled a little too hard. Anyway, luckily, I only had a few struggles, but technology to the rescue helped ease my mind. Thank you for joining me on this paint and ramble. I can't call them story times because I'm not telling you a story. I'm just kind of talking about what I'm thinking about when I'm watching the time lapse, which may or may not be a good thing. Who knows? Anyway, talk to you all next time. Bye.